come right back and check out a new outdoor toy that my kids are going absolutely nuts for. The CycoCycle. This crazy rig is a hybrid between a unicycle and a tricycle, and it is loads of fun. There's so many different ways to play with it. My kids have absolutely loved it. Now, who would come up with such a lunatic rig as this? Of course, a couple of dads and brothers from California. Let's meet the Comstocks. Whoa! Trying to hit the camera!
So we're talking about the CycoCycle. And basically, Kurt and I, my brother, have invented a lot of different items and toys in the past. A couple years ago, I was out with my son at a local park, and we were watching a kid that was unicycling around. I dragged this kid over and I said, "Hey, that's really cool, a unicycle." And he says, "Yeah." And I told him, "Hey," or I asked him, "Hey, can I try out your unicycle? Come on, let me have one try at it." The kid was like, and I said, "Come on." So I bugged him enough. He finally says, "All right. Go ahead, old man, let's see you break your neck." And so I took the unicycle, put it between my legs, stuck my foot on the pedal, hopped up on it, and I just took off, started riding. I brought the unicycle into our shop here, and I had an idea in my head, and I was thinking, how can you make a really stable unicycle something that everybody can ride? It's really easy. Next thing we did was took my son's unicycle, started cutting it up into pieces, took some bicycle parts, and thought, let's make this vehicle that's going to work like a unicycle, but have the three wheels stability of a tricycle. One of the additions and help that my brother Kurt, after I had this idea, he's like, let's put a bar in the back so you can stand on the back and ride it scooter style. And then we discovered, besides standing on the back bar and riding it scooter style, someone else can stand on the back, and actually, because when you turn sharp, it can tip over. So it does take some balance still. You throw somebody on the back, it adds more weight to the back and it's more stable. You can go faster and turn faster, and it's even more fun. And we worked at it for a few months. We finally figured out the right geometry, how to have a cantilevered seat that was well balanced in the middle, and came up with this contraption and tested it out and went, this thing's awesome, it works really great. And we really knew we were onto something. And then the next step was, how are we going to market this? So we brought it to one of the biggest bicycle companies out there that absolutely loved it. And they're called Dynacraft, and they took it over. We're just getting great response from all the kids and parents that have tested it out. I learned directly from my son that when he was trying to unicycle, it was just too hard for him to learn. And that's how the thought process works, is you come up with a problem, think, how can I have a solution for this? And my initial concept was, how can I make something for him to ride? And when we developed this, and he was really literally one of the first ones to get on and try it, and he said, "Dad, this is awesome." He loved it, because within 1 minute he was riding around on it, whereas the unicycle, he gave up on it after a couple weeks. Yeah. So that's when we really knew we were onto something. And if it wasn't for my son, this is something that would have never happened. So a lot of innovation and ideas come from our own kids.
What I really love about this thing is the sturdy construction and the fact that the kids get creative. They invent entirely new ways each time they use it to do a trick or a stunt or a way to get around. There's lots of playtime in this toy, which is why I think that the CycoCycle may be in Santa's bag a lot this Christmas. Can you imagine the wow factor when the kids find one of these under the tree? It really is tons of fun, a good value. I highly recommend the CycoCycle. We give it the DadLabs seal of approval. We want to thank our sponsors, Baby Bjorn. Talk about smart design. Check out a Baby Bjorn travel crib. Well, that's all for us this time. We'll see you next time here in the lab.